Here's a question I hear more than almost any other when someone's dealing with an inherited property. How do I sell this quickly, but still get the best price? Most people assume those two goals are in conflict. That selling fast means accepting less. That getting top dollar means a long, drawn-out process. That you have to pick one or the other. And that's not actually true. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly why and what it looks like when both goals come together in the same sale. Because it happens more than people expect. And the difference almost always comes down to the same three things. Probate sales aren't the same as a typical real estate transaction. And treating them like they are is one of the most common mistakes families make. With a standard home sale, the seller knows the property has kept up with maintenance and can prepare it at their own pace. Probate properties are entirely differently situated. The home may not have even been updated in decades. There may be a full cleanout required before anyone can assess what it needs. There are legal steps that have to happen before a property can even be sold. There may be multiple heirs with different opinions about timing and price. And the person managing the sale is often doing it from another state, while also dealing with grief and everything else that comes with losing someone. All that means the strategy matters more, not less. You need clear process, a line from the beginning that moves efficiently without cutting corners that cost you money. So what actually creates a fast sale at a strong price? In my experience, it consistently comes down to three things, and all three have to be working together. So number one is preparation. This doesn't mean renovating the entire house. It means removing the biggest objections a buyer's gonna have when they walk through the door. A full clean out so buyers can actually see the property. Light repairs that prevent buyers from using visible issues as leverage to try to bring down the price. A home that shows well enough that buyers see what it could be, not just a list of everything that's wrong with it. The goal isn't perfection, it's removing friction. Every obvious problem a buyer finds is ammunition to push the price down. Preparation takes that ammunition away. So number two, exposure and marketing. Speed comes from having multiple interested buyers at the same time, not from finding one buyer faster. MLS listing, professional photography, targeted marketing that reaches the right buyer pool for that specific property. The more qualified eyes on the property at launch, the faster real momentum builds. Number three, pricing strategy. Pricing too high feels safe, like you're leaving room to negotiate. But what it actually does is kill the momentum. Buyers move on. The listing just sits. And a property that's been sitting 60 days generally generates completely different conversations than one that just hit the market. Pricing correctly from day one based on actual market data creates urgency and buyers act. That's what generates early offers and prevents the slow cycle of price reductions that erodes both your sale price and your timeline. So let me walk you through a real situation we had recently. The property owner was out of state, which is common in probate. They came in with clear goals: sell efficiently, sell at a strong price, no drawn out process, no flying back and forth. Before the property went anywhere near the market, the focus went entirely on preparation. A full cleanout was coordinated locally. The owner didn't have to manage any of it from out of state. Repairs were prioritized based on what would actually move the needle on buyer perception and sale price. The home was brought to a condition where buyers could actually walk in it and see value, not a project list. Once the property was ready, it was priced carefully based on the current market data, not what the owner hoped it would sell for, not a discount to move it fast type of price. A number that accurately reflected what the market would support, designed to generate immediate competitive interest. Marketing went live across all the right platforms, professional photography, full MLS exposure, and we do targeted outreach to the right buyer pool. The market responded. The property went under contract in under 5 days, and it sold at $620,000 close to full asking price. No price reductions, no extended days on the market, no lowball offers from a stale listing. Just a well-prepared, well-priced, well-marketed property that buyers responded to immediately because everything was done right before it ever hit the market. Here's what I want you to take away from this. Selling fast and selling for the best price are not opposites. When you do the preparation work, when you price it right, and when you give it proper market exposure, speed and price tend to move in the same direction. A property that's ready and priced correctly doesn't sit, it sells. The one that takes forever and sells for less than they should almost always had one of those three things off from the beginning. If you're dealing with a probate property right now, whether you're in the early stages of figuring out what to do, or you've already tried something that isn't working, let's have a conversation. We'll look at the property, talk through what preparation makes sense and where the market is right now and what a realistic timeline and price target actually looks like. Link is in the description. Reach out whenever you're ready. And if this was helpful, you can subscribe. We put this content out regularly for anyone navigating the inherited properties, probate sales, and everything that comes with them. I'll see you in the next video.